Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are gonna be talking about the frame traps of Azucena. Frame traps are usually used in a high level Tekken gameplays where you bounce or bound your opponent into frames by using the plus frames on them and then use a counter hits. The way to use this traps is actually plus frames are like everywhere in the moves. All right, just for example, if you use forward 3, it is plus 5. All right, so we can use like 1 to 2 frames faster moves, or 10 frame moves, or 11 or 12 or 13 frames, since it is plus 5. All right, so normally the frame traps are gonna be depending on your opponent's reaction, but in my experience I'm gonna be telling you guys the frame traps that we should be using while playing Azucena in higher level matches. So let's start with the frame trap number 1. First frame trap we are gonna talk about is a forward 2. This is normally an evading move, just like Feng Wei they have a forward 1. Jin Kazama players they have, I believe, a forward 2 as well. This is like a similar move that we have with Azucena. This is a forward 2, but how we actually use this move, I believe that we can use this move with a frame trap. The first frame trap that we can use here is the down 1. Alright, cool thing about down 1 is that you can always use down 1 into a forward 2. That again depends on your opponent's reaction, but 70% people are gonna be using the while standing move after they block down 1, and here comes the magic. We can use a forward 2 after down 1, so this will evade their while standing moves. So in this way we can have the counter properties, or at least if they are in the wall we can get a free wall splat as well. So this is the first way to use a forward 2 on block and also on hit. The next frame tap for a forward 2 is the back 3. Since it is plus 4, if they try to use while standing on you or attack the highs on you, you can actually catch them with back 3 into a forward 2. This is really a cool trap that we should be using if they block back 3 and use this. So if they try to download you after you use this or spam this move in the rank matches, you can always use down forward 2 on them and have a little risk. So this is the way that we can actually use frame traps in rank matches, back 3 into a forward 2. Alright, again that depends on your opponent's reaction, but most of the opponents are gonna be using either while standing move on you or either jabs on you. So a forward 2 is a really good way to evade those jabs into a free combo or a free wall hit. The next move that we have is really rare move that we use in the rank matches, and that is double forward 4. You force your opponent into crouch. That means they're gonna be using 70% like while standing moves on you, and when they use that you can always use a forward 2, and also it is safe on block as well. But I think that this is the third way to use a forward 2 into a frame trap. The next move we are gonna talk about is the while standing 1. This is, I believe, top 10 move of Azucena, and the real question here is that how we actually use this move. There are a couple of ways that we can use this move as on plus frames. Alright, so if we sometimes use the backdash, we can always use this move into backdash into while standing 1. This is really effective against players like Steve mains, Dragono mains. There are like Lily mains as well. Mostly people who actually use the high moves on you a lot. So this is one of the best move in my opinion, and it is also safe on block, but on hit it's actually +6. So that means if it is on counter, we get a really free like full combo. And the coolest thing about Western 1 is that we can always spam this move within the range. Alright, this is similar to 13 frame counter to Steve's back one. Steve's back one is safe on block if they make it safe. So I believe that this is really a good counter. If you have a good read on Steve players, we can always use Western 1 on them on counter, and this is actually free combo as well, and also it is on block safe. The second way to use Western 1 is the forward crouch 3. We use this move a lot. If you have watched me in the rank matches, I actually mix up this move with either Western 1, or I typically use this range to use this low counter. So if it is on counter, we get a free move as well. Alright, free grab. But what if we want to use this on hit? So if it is on hit +3, as you can see it is +3, that means we can use the 13 frame move for a frame trap. Alright, so if it is +3, we can use while standing 1, which is always the starting frame of 13s. That means it is a perfect way to use the frame trap on them. Alright, you can always mix up with while standing 1, you can always use while standing 4-1, or you guys can always use while standing 1 on them on hit. I think this is the second way to use while standing 1 in the rank matches as a frame trap. And the last but not least, the coolest way to spam within the range for while standing 1 is the backdash. We can always use 1 backdash or 2 backdash depending on your opponent's reaction, but I think we should find different ways to use or optimize the while standing 1 attack on our opponents. Alright, so I think the last way to use the while standing 1 is the while standing 1 into the backdash. Alright, if you guys remember me, I used to play LeBlanc, and we used to use the haha step and into while standing 3+4 launcher. If people attack you or try to approach you, we used to use like haha step, and then if we see the attack is coming, we immediately used to use while standing 3+4 with the LeBlanc. This is similar move, but it is also safe. So I think this is a perfect way to use within the backdash range. One of the hidden way to get into back turn is that we normally miss a lot. We always depend on the normal hits to get into back turn, but we normally, I've seen many people with Azucena, they normally never spam 4-1. 4-1 is really easy way to go into back turn. And the cool thing about this move is that we can always use only 4 into back turn and we get the frame trap. This is +3, that means that we can always use 1 or 1-2, or if you think you guys can actually have any opponent in the ranking matches that they are actually always attacking you, you can create 4-1 into 1+2 or 4 into 1+2, or you guys can actually use only 4 into 1-2. I believe this is a really rare move that we actually don't use, and we should be using this move as a frame trap, because both moves 4-1 and also 4, they are +3 and +4. That means there is always a chance for the counters. Since Azucena is mainly known as female type of character, but I think 4-1 and 4 is actually the best way to get into backturn and try to mix up your opponent's mind. The next frame trap I'm going to be talking about is the ways to use 1+2. This could be one of the top 5 move in the entire game, since it is 15 frames, the counter hit combo giving move. But I think the one of the missing part of this move is that this move is not homing. If this move is not homing, that does not mean that we cannot use it. We can always use this if your opponent is facing your face. The best way to use this move that we always should be using and find the ways how we actually use this move is down forward 3. If you are trying to approach your opponent after a full combo as an Oki, on hit we can use down forward 3. On hit it is +5. That means since it is +5, we can use the 15 frame move. Alright, so this is the perfect way to catch your opponent if they try to mesh after they are minus on hit. That means we can always use 1+2 as a counter, since it is high, safe, fast way, and this is, I think, the best way to use a frame trap. Another way to use 1+2 as a frame trap is back 3. +4 into 1+2 is gonna catch a lot while standing moves. If they try to attack with while standing moves after they block back 3, I think that back 3 into 1+2 is a really nice trap, and this is the second way to use 1+2 instead of just mashing this move, since this move in the longer range does not have enough of the range. So I would say since also it is not the homing move, that does not mean that we cannot use it. We can always use this move after a frame trap. So I think back 3 on block into 1+2 is a good frame trap. The next way to use 1+2 is gonna be a little bit gimmicky, but sometimes people are always waiting for the mix-ups of forward 4-4 or forward 4-4-3 or forward 4-4-2. I would say if you are sure that they are not gonna interrupt you and catch you while you are mid-air, people normally try to catch you with mid-air after forward 4-4. So if you guys think that forward 4 is gonna be bad for you, you guys can always use forward 4 into 1+2. So they try to not download you and your patrons in the ranked matches. I would say this is still a good way to use only forward 4 into 1+2. Another really underrated move that we should be using is 4-3. Since 4-3 is actually 19 on hit, that means there is way too more distance for us to approach. So what is the best way to approach our opponent after we get hit 4-3? So I would say the best way to approach your opponent is on hit, use it, and then use forward 3 to catch your opponent. Since it is 18 frames on starter, that means we can simply catch the +19 trap, and this is where the frame traps comes in. We can always use 4-3 into forward 3, and we get a free mix-up of liberator stance. We can use down 4-4, we can use 2 into heat engager. We can always use the mix-ups. If you guys missed the stance guide video I made last month, you guys should definitely watch that one, how to fight within the stance that she has. in the rank matches, try to catch your opponent with a second hit on counter. That gives us the guaranteed down back 1+2. Or if you guys think the range is like too much, you can always deal with less damage. If the range is not close to you, you guys can always use FF3 on your opponent, alright, and get a free Oki as well. But if you guys think that the first hit was on counter, then you guys can actually use the forward 3 as a frame trap. Alright, always plus 19, and the starter frame of forward 3 is 18. That means it is a perfect trap. The next move that we have in the list is FF3. This is very underrated move, I would say. Sometimes this move is -14 and sometimes this move is -13, depending on the range that we use this. FF3 can be used for those people who are gonna be using high moves on you, or if they try to catch your running 3-2. People are gonna be always mashing while you approach them. Alright, so what is the best way to use FF4? I would say that since this move is a high pressure move, I would say you guys can always use from a distance, from like this distance. If they try to attack you, you can always catch them attacking you and get a full combo with back to down 4 and then into this one. And this is actually good damage. But I would say since staying really safe in the rank matches, sometimes we should take the risks to catch our opponents and keep like the pressures on them, instead of they approach us and we don't have any tool to stop them. I would say FF3 comes in that condition. The next move that we have is 1+3+4 taunt. This is the smallest taunt that she has, and also since it is having a very fast recovery on block, I would say that from a distance we can always use this. And the cool thing about this move is that we can approach our opponent the mind games that they are gonna be using on you instead. Alright, sometimes our opponents are going to be downloading our patterns. Alright, so the best way to distract them is to taunt them. Alright, this is something that I used to do with the live long, where my moves were kind of downloaded in like higher level matches. But sometimes I used to taunt them from a distance so they could actually approach me. Alright, as you can see that this move, as you can see, before she ends the whole stance or the taunt, we can always catch them with a counter. Alright, and this is actually one of the coolest way to use 1+2 on counter. Alright, so what if I do it and see this is actually like really fast recovery taunt that we should be using from a distance so that our opponent can catch us. Of course it is not safe to do it again and again in the rank matches, but we can always taunt our opponents and we can always use the 1+2 on them to catch them. Another way to use taunt in the real rank matches is pressing forward 3+4 hold. So this is a little bit of dancing that she has, but if you guys think that this is like really useless, you guys are mistaken. We can use this taunt. As you can see, she goes into liberator stance already. This is not just dancing at all. This is something that we can use our opponent to catch us, to attack us, and if they come on you, you guys can always use the power crash, you guys can always use the launcher if you are sure they are going to be attacking, or you guys can use this as a little bit of risk with minus 13 for 2, which is minus 13 only. I think we should never let the stances go away, or even the taunts go away. Since they are available in the move list, we should always mix up. Alright, so the last but not least, the back turn taunt. This is back 3+4. If we hold the move, as you can see, she's gonna be dancing just a bit, but that means before she end up the dancing, we can always use 1+2 on counter if we think that the opponent is gonna attack us, or if you guys are really thinking safe, or if they are gonna be blocking you even they approach you, you guys can always use back taunt into this one, and that is also safe on a block. So the best way I would say is to catch your opponent from the back turn is to also taunt them. If they catch you, attack you, use this. Alright, if you want to be really safe, you guys can use 2-2 on them. Alright, so this is something that the taunts are available in the move list, but that does not mean that we can actually are unsafe. Before she complete the dancing, we should always use mix-ups from the back turn, from liberator stance, and from all the standing. Alright, so she has 3 types of taunt. This is just standing taunt. Alright, this one goes into the liberator stance, and also the back turn is the back turn stance. So there is always a trap hidden in the dancings. It's just not the dancing at all. And in the end of the video, we can always use while standing 3. This is a really good move on +4. Since it is +4, we can always use 1-2 to catch our opponents attacking us. Since it is +4, that means we can use 1, we can use 1-2, we can use 2. Since it is also 14 frame starter, we can use this move with the crouch forward 3. We can use this move with the backdash. Since this move has a lot of distance recovery set, as you can see, this is a really good move on block. This is a bit a slow move, but sometimes if you think that people are gonna be blocking your lows, then you can always mix up with this move. And especially in the walls, this is +4 in the wall, means a lot to pro players. We can always use while sending 3 into grab. We can always use while sending 2 into 2. That is a perfect mix-up. As you can see, Lily cannot attack within the frame trap. So if you want to use frame trap, use the 2. If you want to use more safer attack, you have +1. Alright, this is 13 frame chip damage as well. I think this is the perfect way to be safe in this stance as well. And also, if you guys think they are going to be meshing and you guys don't know the attack they are going to be using, you can always use power crash. So in the end, we should always be using while standing 3 in the rank matches, and it will give us the benefits of plus frames and also the frame traps. This is it for the video. If you guys think that I should make another videos like this, do let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys really like. Do support the channel. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.